Welcome to the U Sports Report, New Mexico. Everything sports for you, coming from the nation, coming local. We've got it all. I'm Khalil Ekalona. She's Kimbrey Temple. Tyler Ortega and Adam Deal will be joining us later. Okay, we've got a lot to talk about. There's a lot going on. We've got March Madness coming up with a segment with Tyler.
We do.
First, NBA action.
There was a lot of really intense games. We're moving a lot closer to the playoffs, and there's a lot of talent either stepping up or stepping down.
Yes, 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 and it's important. Speaking of stepping up and stepping down, let's take a look at the Washington Wizards. Ladies and gentlemen, these guys are a couple games out of that coveted 8th spot in the Eastern Conference playoff race, and they had a big game against the Minnesota Timberwolves, a young yet dangerous team. No, Minnesota's not going to make the playoffs, but they're looking to be a playoff spoiler for somebody. Let's check out the highlights. This was a pretty good game. This game went into double overtime, ladies and gentlemen, to let you know that as we're going around the nation. Here we go. Getting started with some of these highlights. A great game on tap for everybody in D.C. They loved it. Coming up in the first overtime, Adam Levine drains a three-pointer to help this team come back. 13 seconds left in overtime, hits another big three. Oh my God, the young Bullets fan, Wizards fan, does not know what to do. Coming up at the end of the first overtime, Bradley Beal with the chance to win. Oh, just rims out. We're going to double overtime, ladies and gentlemen, and this is where the game really picked up, Kimbrey.
Absolutely. Like that young fan said, oh my God. We don't know what to expect here.
That's right. Bradley Beal coming through with a nice little pass off. Once again, it's Minnesota up by 1, 14 seconds left in this game. Still up by 1. Minnesota has the ball. Defensive breakdown. Karl-Anthony Towns, hands down, Rookie of the Year candidate. This young man has a ton of talent. Puts them up 3. Chris Dudley shooting, possibly fouled, misses the shot at the end of the game. Washington Wizards go down 132-129 to the Minnesota Timberwolves. John Wall with 22 points, 16 assists. Bradley Beal, 26 points. And Martin Gortat, 19 points, 14 rebounds, yet it was not enough.
It was not. Minnesota took it. Towns had 27 points, 10 rebounds. Levine had 25 points. And we saw Wiggins with 16 points and 7 rebounds. Wiggins is a personal favorite of mine.
Wiggins is a fantastic player. I wonder if the Cleveland Cavaliers are asking themselves, what happened if we kept him on our team?
Oh, I'm sure that they are.
Yes, yes, definitely. Let's move on to another team that's fighting for a playoff spot, the Chicago Bulls. They're a game out of the playoffs, and they're looking to bounce back and win some against the Orlando Magic. Big game for the Bulls, and you know what? The Bulls did not show up, ladies and gentlemen. It was not the running of the Bulls. They got walked out of town. Look at here. Already, Orlando is up by 24 points, and they're just adding on, beating on the Bulls. It just was a tough game for them. The Bulls get blown out, 111-89, stepping back a little bit in the playoffs. They needed to win. They couldn't get it. Doug McDermott and Jimmy Butler, 12 points apiece. That's just not going to cut it.
No, it definitely isn't. I was disappointed to see the Bulls do so poorly, but Orlando had Dedmon with 18 points, Smith with 14, and Nicholson with 14 as well. Just a dominant team in that game.
They came through and they played excellent defense, and once again, the Bulls didn't show up. They're going to need to make it happen in a hurry if they want to make it to the playoffs. Okay, moving on to Toronto versus Houston. Houston holding on to one of those spots in the Western Conference, trying to get to the playoffs, so their star, Mr. James Harden, can show his stuff. This is a tight game going into a little bit left in the fourth quarter. James Harden, known for shooting, did an amazing job passing in this game. I think he had 13 assists. That one right there was a 3 to Trevor Ariza. And the Raptors trying to play hard. DeMar DeRozan complaining to the ref, give me the foul, give me the foul. I made the All-Star game. He's yelling at him. He's frustrated because they know they need to win this game to hold on to that lead in the Eastern Conference. They lose 112-109. Once again, DeRozan with 18 points. Kyle Lowry with 15 points really did not play well enough for them to win.
They didn't. I was interested though because Harden, like you said, had quite a few assists, 13 total, 32 points, and then we saw Beasley putting up 21 points. Overall, Harden did a very good job being a solid teammate in this game.
Yes, a solid teammate, and he absolutely improved his defense, which was something that was not happening for him. That's a wrap against him, but we'll see what he can do as they push towards the playoffs. All right, our final game. The Dallas Mavericks versus the Golden State Warriors, the all-world Golden State Warriors who are trying to get that record 73rd win to beat the Bulls from a few years ago. Let's get into this game because the Splash Brothers definitely came down and splashed. Boom, right there. Ask and ye shall receive. Klay Thompson with another one. Ladies and gentlemen, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry combined for 73 points in this game. 73 points. They came through and played well. Yet, it was still a 6-point game going late into the fourth. Three-pointer by Mr. Vince Carter makes it a 5-point game. Steph Curry, once again, that looked like the video game. I can't even do that on the video game controller. I don't know how Steph pulls it through. Klay Thompson, once again, 3 of his 40 points. There you see Steph hugging David Lee, who they gave a ring to because he was a part of that championship team last year. Moved on to Dallas, he got his championship ring, and they win the game. So basketball is coming to an end. Got the playoffs is coming up. Hey, basketball's the game right now.
It is right now. We have March Madness. We have some really hot NBA games. We see Steph Curry just dominating in the NBA over and over again. I think it's a really great season for basketball.
It is a good time for basketball, but you know what season never ends? Football. That's the way to go. We got big news for you, ladies and gentlemen. RG3, that's right, Robert Griffin III, formerly of the Washington Redskins, has signed with a new team, Kimberly.
With the Cleveland Browns.
The Browns.
2 years, $15 million.
Yes, yes, yes. And a lot of people were wondering, is this a good fit for the Browns? You see, they got rid of Johnny Manziel. They got Josh McCown coming in as the presumed starter, but they also have a brand new head coach in Hugh Jackson.
They do, and you and I have talked about this. He's the quarterback whisperer. I think it should be a really interesting, if not good, beneficial decision for the Browns.
I think so. I think he can help resurrect RG3's career. The only problem is RG3 is going to not have much to work with on the offensive side of the ball. They lost Alex Mack, the Pro Bowl center. They lost a few other key pieces in receiver. They do have Josh Gordon possibly coming back from a suspension, but I think they're going to have to find a few other guys to contribute to help them out. That's all for us so far in this first segment of the U Sports Report. Coming up, we got the college rundown with our magic man, the expert, the dad master, Tyler Ortega. We'll see you guys in a few.